I've watched people miss flights at DFW. I've watched them pay $35 a day to park when they could have paid $9. I've watched them drag luggage down to the arrivals level looking for their Uber and wait an extra 45 minutes because they had no idea rideshare pickup is upstairs. DFW is the fourth busiest airport in the world. It has 5 terminals, a private transit system, 3 different parking zones, and at least a dozen ways to bleed money if you don't know what you're doing. I'm based in Irving. I fly out of DFW constantly, and today I'm giving you the complete breakdown. 8 mistakes that cost DFW travelers time and money, so you stop making them. Welcome back to Travelheim, the channel for DFW area travelers who want to fly smarter, spend less, and actually enjoy the process. If you're new here, I'm not a travel blogger who visited DFW once. I'm local. I fly out of this airport regularly. Everything I tell you comes from personal experience and real research, not just recycled tips. Quick housekeeping. I've got timestamps for every section in the description below, so you can jump to whatever mistake is most relevant to you right now. Let's get into it. Okay, first one, and this one genuinely shocks me every time I see it happen. DFW has 5 terminals, A, B, C, D, and E. They're arranged in a horseshoe around a central highway. And a lot of people, when they land in one terminal and need to get to another, walk all the way outside, grab a shuttle bus, and ride it to the next terminal. That shuttle is called the Terminal Link. It runs curbside, outside security, and if you take it, you have to go back through TSA screening when you arrive. Here's what most people don't know. There is a completely free train called the Skylink that runs entirely inside the secure zone. You don't leave security, you don't rescreen. It connects every terminal, A, B, C, D, and E, and it runs every 2 to 4 minutes. So if you're connecting from a flight in Terminal A and your next gate is in Terminal C, do not go outside. Follow the signs to Skylink. Ride it inside security. You'll save 20 to 30 minutes easy, and you won't have to take your shoes off again. The only time you use the Terminal Link outside is if you haven't gone through security yet, or if you're arriving internationally at Terminal E and need to recheck bags. Speaking of Terminal E, that's your international arrivals terminal. If someone's picking you up from an international flight, they're coming to Terminal E. Make sure they know that before they circle the airport 4 times. Key takeaway: Skylink is free, fast, and inside security. Use it, always. Let's talk about security, specifically the mistake of thinking you know how long it's going to take. At DFW, the average TSA wait time is around 22 minutes. That sounds manageable. But during peak hours, 5 to 8 in the morning and 4 to 7 in the evening, that average jumps to 33 minutes or more. I've seen lines at Terminal D during a Monday morning rush that had people waiting 45 minutes. Now, here's the part that makes people miss flights. They arrive 90 minutes before departure thinking that's safe. For domestic, 90 minutes is the minimum, not the comfortable buffer. And for international departures, you need to be at the airport 3 hours early, not 2, 3. There's a free app called the My TSA app. Pull it up before you leave for the airport. It shows real-time estimated wait times by airport. It's not perfect, but it gives you a realistic read before you're already in the car. Now, if you don't have TSA PreCheck, let's have a conversation.
PreCheck costs $78 for 5 years if you go through TSA directly, or $100 if you go through another provider. That works out to roughly $15 a year. In exchange, you get a dedicated lane where you don't remove your shoes, your laptop stays in the bag, your liquids stay packed, and you move through in an average of 9 to 11 minutes instead of 22 plus. If you fly even 3 or 4 times a year out of DFW, PreCheck pays for itself on the first trip and time alone. And if you travel internationally, look at Global Entry. It's $100 for 5 years and includes PreCheck plus expedited customs re-entry when you land back in the US. If you have a credit card like the Chase Sapphire Reserve or the Amex Platinum, the application fee is covered by your card's travel credit. Clear lanes are also available at DFW. Clear uses biometrics to verify your identity and gets you to the front of the PreCheck or standard lane. It's $189 a year, though some credit cards and airline memberships include it. Key takeaway: know DFW's real peak hour wait times, use the My TSA app, and get PreCheck It is not optional if you fly more than twice a year. This one costs people the most money, hands down. If you pull into one of DFW's terminal garages, Terminal A, B, C, D, or E parking, you are looking at $30 to $35 per day. For a 5-day trip, that's $150 to $175 sitting in a concrete garage. Here's what you should be doing instead. Option 1. Remote north or remote south lots. DFW runs these satellite parking lots with a free dedicated shuttle directly to and from the terminals. The shuttle runs continuously. These lots cost $9 to $12 per day. For that same 5-day trip, $45 to $60. Option 2. Express lots. A step up from remote, closer to the terminals, around $18 per day. If you want the shorter shuttle ride but still don't want to pay garage prices, this is a solid middle ground. Option 3. Off-airport lots via SpotHero or ParkWiz. Sometimes you can find lots at $5 to $8 per day if you book in advance. These are private lots near the airport with their own shuttles. The key word is in advance. Day of, prices go up significantly. One more pro tip. If you have a toll tag, the Texas Toll Transponder, you can link it to your DFW parking account for a faster exit. You don't have to fumble with a ticket or tap a credit card at the gate. Worth setting up once. The big mistake I see, people show up the day of a 6 a.m. flight, can't think straight, pull into the nearest garage, and pay terminal prices. Book your parking in advance. It takes 5 minutes and saves you real money every trip. Key takeaway, remote lots at $9 to $12 a day beat terminal garages at $30 to $35 a day. Book ahead on SpotHero or DFW's own site. Use toll tag for a frictionless exit. Airport lounges used to be for first-class passengers and frequent flyers. That's not true anymore. And a lot of DFW travelers are either paying way too much to get in or they have a credit card that covers it and they don't even know. Let me break down what's at DFW. Capital One Lounge, Terminal D, near Gate D22. This is one of the best lounges at DFW. Good food, good drinks, shower rooms, solid workspace. You can buy a day pass for $65. Or, if you have the Capital One Venture X card, you get in free as the primary card holder. And here's a critical update. As of February 1, 2026, Capital One ended authorized user lounge access. If you added your partner or family member to your Venture X card and they were using the lounge, that access is gone. Only the primary card holder gets in now. A lot of people got caught off guard by this in early 2026. Don't be one of them.
Centurion Lounge, also at DFW. Access is free with the American Express Platinum or Gold card. This is one of Amex's flagship lounges. The food quality is genuinely good. If you have an Amex Platinum, this alone is worth a large chunk of the annual fee. Delta Sky Club, if you're flying Delta. They have clubs at DFW, including Terminal E. Access comes with Delta credit cards or Platinum Medallion status. Delta has been tightening access rules recently, so check your card benefits before you assume you're getting in. Club DFW. This one is accessible with Priority Pass, which comes bundled with several travel credit cards, including the Chase Sapphire Reserve and Amex Platinum. It's not the fanciest lounge, but it's quiet, free with the right card, and beats sitting at a gate. The mistake I want you to avoid. Don't pay a $65 or $90 day pass fee without first checking what your credit cards already cover. Pull up your card's benefits gauge. Download the Priority Pass or Lounge Buddy app and search DFW. You might already have access and not know it. Key takeaway? DFW has great lounge options. Know which card gets you in, and know that Capital One authorized user access ended February 2026. Look, airport food is expensive. That's not a secret. But at DFW specifically, you're looking at 40 to 60% higher prices than you'd pay at the same restaurant or concept outside the airport. So there are smart moves here. First, eat before you go through security if you can. I know that's not always possible with early flights, but for afternoon or evening departures, eat at home or grab something before the terminal. It's the simplest money-saving move that nobody makes. Second, bring an empty water bottle. Take it through security empty, no issues. Fill it at the water refill stations post-security. DFW has them near most gate areas. A bottle of water at the terminal is $5 to $6. Over a year of trips, that adds up to a real number. Now, if you are going to eat at the airport, here's where to go.
Cousins Barbecue in Terminal B, gates B12 and B43. This is real Texas barbecue. Brisket, ribs, sides. The price-to-quality ratio is genuinely good by airport standards. If you're gonna spend airport money on food, spend it here. Papado's Seafood Kitchen, Terminals A and C. Full seafood kitchen. Mains run $25 to $45, so it's not cheap. But if you want a proper sit-down meal before a long international flight, this is legitimate quality. Papacito's Cantina, also Terminals A and C. Tex-Mex. Good option if you want something more casual and typically a bit lighter on the wallet than Papado's. Key takeaway? Eat before security when you can. Bring an empty water bottle. If you're eating at DFW, Cousins Barbecue in Terminal B gives you the best value. If you're connecting through DFW, meaning you land here and get on another flight, there are a few things you need to understand about this airport specifically. DFW is Amex's primary hub. That means on any given day, there are thousands of connections happening here. Gate changes are frequent, delays cascade, and the airport is physically large. Terminal A to Terminal E is not a short walk. For domestic connections, the official minimum connection time at DFW is 40 minutes. But I want to be real with you. 40 minutes is not comfortable. You land, deplane, check your gate, potentially take Skylink to another terminal, and find your next gate. If you have any hiccup, a slow deplane or gate at the far end, 40 minutes is trite. I recommend at least 60 to 75 minutes for domestic connections at DFW if you have a choice when booking.
For international connections, if you're landing internationally and connecting to a domestic flight, you need at least 2 hours. You're going through U.S. Customs and Immigration, reclaiming your bags, rechecking them, and going back through security. 2 hours is the minimum. More is better. Download the American Airlines app and turn on push notifications for your flight. DFW shifts gates more than almost any other hub I've flown through. You do not want to be walking toward gate 820 when your flight silently moved to gate C32 20 minutes ago. The app catches that instantly. Key takeaway: give yourself 60 to 75 minutes minimum for domestic connections, 2+ hours for international. Turn on AA app gate change notifications. DFW is a major hub. Plan for it. Last one, and it's actually 2 related mistakes that I'm going to cover together because they both have to do with how you get to and from the airport. Mistake number 1, going to arrivals for your Uber or Lyft. When you land at DFW and you open Uber or Lyft, you need to go to the upper level, departures, to get picked up, not the lower level. The lower level is for taxis and prearranged car services. Rideshare apps route your driver to the upper level. This is one of the most common reasons people stand outside baggage claim and wait 20, 30, 45 minutes for a car that is technically already there, 1 floor up. The driver is circling or waiting at departures. You're standing at arrivals. Neither of you can figure out what is happening. Upper level, departures, every time. Mistake number 2, not accounting for surge pricing and not doing the math against parking. DFW rideshare surge pricing kicks in hardest during weekday mornings from 6 to 9 a.m. and evenings from 5 to 8 p.m. If you're leaving for a flight during those windows, your Uber is going to cost meaningfully more than you expect. Here's the math I want you to actually run. For trips 3 days or longer, remote parking at DFW often beats a round-trip rideshare, especially with surge. 3 days of remote parking equals roughly $27 to $36. A round-trip Uber from the DFW area during surge hours, $40 to $60 or more, depending on where you live. And there's one option almost nobody from out of town knows about. Dart Rail connects directly to DFW Airport. The fare is $2.50. It takes about 45 minutes to Dallas Union Station. If you're traveling light and you're going downtown or have a Dart-accessible destination, this is legitimately the cheapest ground transport option at the airport. Key takeaway: rideshare pickup is at upper-level departures, not arrivals. Do the round-trip math before assuming rideshare beats parking, and know that Dart Rail is $2.50 if it works for your route. All right, 8 mistakes, 8 fixes. Let's run through them one more time fast. 1. Use Skylink inside security, not the Terminal Link shuttle outside. 2. Know your real security wait times. Get TSA PreCheck and arrive 3 hours early for international. 3. Book remote parking in advance. $9 to $12 a day versus $30 to $35 a day. The math is obvious. 4. Check your credit cards before paying for a lounge day pass, and know that Capital One authorized user access ended February 2026. 5. Eat before security when you can. Bring a water bottle. Hit Cousin's Barbecue in Terminal B if you need food. 6. Give yourself real connection time, 60 to 75 minutes domestic, 2+ hours international. Turn on AA app notifications. 7. Rideshare pickup is upper-level departures, and do the round-trip math for longer trips.
If you found this useful, subscribe. I put out videos specifically for DFW area travelers who want to fly smarter. I've got a full breakdown of the best credit cards for DFW travelers coming up next, so if you want to know exactly which cards cover PreCheck, global entry, and lounge access, that video is going to be exactly what you need. Hit subscribe, drop a comment below telling me which mistake you've made. I guarantee at least a few of you have done the rideshare pickup one, and I'll see you in the next one.